Hello again, it's Joey John Maguire. Second attempt to upload my latest poem. I'm sitting in my favourite local watering hole. It is the Broadway Bar, which is an eating place, come bar, and it's situated on Fulham Broadway, Fulham Road. That would be London, Southwest 6, United Kingdom. I think the whole world knows about the atrocities of yesterday in Brussels. The poor Belgian people, and it's a matter of who's next, isn't it? Terrorism's a very difficult thing to fight, and I do believe that the only way to fight it is if we all band together and we stand solid against this. We must not break ranks. Anyway, I don't have the answers to it. I do believe we should have a very, very firm hand, very firm stance against all that's going on. Anyway, I wrote this poem. It's a knee-jerk reaction, my own personal knee-jerk reaction. As I say, I don't have the answers. It's called United We Stand. I have been crying, shedding tears for the innocents, so much so in recent years I fear my tears are becoming habitual. But there has to be an outlet for my pain, and I choose these tears. I sit alone in silence in the relative safety of London. It's early morning, the aftermath of yesterday's atrocities still reverberating around the globe. Already it is common knowledge, the breaking news about the suicide bombers. Everybody now knows Brussels is under siege. I hear mumblings, the words thought and on everybody's lips. Who amongst us is next? Will it be tomorrow or the next day when terror comes to visit to our own doorsteps, and the human tendency to lash out is born from the fear of each new dawn. The finger pointing has already begun on the streets and in the corridors of power. Reason is forgotten as the adrenaline rush of humanity sweeps over us all, creating the knee-jerk reaction so often seen when such obscene atrocities occur. Every faction seeks revenge, political or otherwise, with everyone to blame except themselves. But be sure there will be a softening in the after calm that is already following in the footsteps of the chaos. Thoughts of burning people out of their homes, inhumane beatings and mass deportation will sit uncomfortably in honest minds and hearts, and in the cold light of day, as crowds gather in squares and parades across the world to mourn the dead, reason will return with more determination than ever witnessed before. I watch the morning media, can't help myself from scanning the crowds looking for dissent, and to observe who it is that is actually doing the crying. And as I presumed, there were the Muslims standing in quiet solidarity, their mouths closed and hushed, ashamed and overwhelmed by the enormity of it all. The terrorists were murdering in their names, and worse still, in the name of Allah, for they know that no religious person would do such things. I can sense that they are frightened every bit as much as you and I, as any Christian or atheist like me would be, when they allow themselves to think of the atrocities that may still come, the possible repercussions. They are human beings, and aren't we all, and don't we all have the right to be free? I noticed amongst the chalk marks scribbled hurriedly on the pavements and roads, someone had poignantly written, "United we stand, divided we fall," and I knew then in my heart that the only way forward was together, for together, without doubt, we shall conquer the evil slaughter that can only be the brainchild of the devil, performed by the hands of ignorance and the mindless delinquents we abhor. Always seems to get noisy when I'm trying to recite a poem, but I suppose you call that sod's law. And but that's the very essence of what I do. I like it raw, and where more so than in a public house.